Hello everyone, welcome to RNG University. So today I'm going to try another rendition of the Kotose deck that I've tried before. This time I'm loading it with a lot of 2 casts instead of having a more upper end. So we'll begin with sort of the removals. We have 2 Cut Down, 2 Infernal Grasp. I'm not really sure how to balance this, but these are sort of the 2x2 that I kind of thought about running, along with 2 Meat Hook Massacre. I don't want to overload too much Meat Hook. Obviously, it's good, but if our deck is full of removal, we're not really going to be able to stand up against aggro decks or late game decks. But we need some removal to go against mono blue or mono black, so those are necessary. I also have 4 Hermit and 4 Tenacious Underdog as my necessary 2 drops on the temple play, and of course 4 Bankbuster for sort of the card advantage play. I have 1 Celestus, 3 Graveyard Trespasser, and 4 Liliana for the necessary 3 drop to keep up with Temple. Getting an extra mana now is very good to ramp us into Invoke or Kotose, but more importantly, it fleshed out the card draw in case we don't have anything to play in turn 3 or 4, so we can just cycle through night and day. And it can help us trigger night or day to change Graveyard Trespasser into night, so we can remove 2 cards to gain 2 life. Maybe it's relevant. We have 2 counter. Disdainful Stroke and Negate. That's kind of the basic counter package, but also add in the Urtite for a must counter or must destroy if that ever happens. But the counter spells really are lacking in this deck. We have 1 Shieldred, just kind of an extra spot to add in. As far as the 5 drops, I have 4 Invoke Despair because that's the obligatory invoke in black deck, and then 2 Kotose for obviously what I said before. I really want to try to get the spider to work. And then we have a bunch of lands. So I believe there's 24 lands? Yeah, 24 lands, including Celestus, that's 25 mana sources, and Bankbuster to potentially get even up higher. We have 4 islands and 1 Odawara, so 5 pure island source or pure blue source, and 11 pure black source with 10 swamp and 1 Takenuma. We have the shipwreck marsh and then the waterfront district because we don't have a ping land for blue-black yet. So that's the rundown of the deck. I'm going to try this out, see if it's better than before. Not my profile, should go to play. Standard ranked, and we'll try the Kotose. Alright, so hopefully this deck does better against the meta than what the last deck did. Honestly, I really just want to run Kotose against Invoke Despair. I really think that's a very good counter to it. But if I meet a lot of mono blue, it's going to be an uphill battle. I'm not sure about any other color or that we're going to struggle with. So one of the things I've really learned is how to mulligan. I mean, I haven't really perfected it yet, but I understand that mulligan you have to hard mull for 2 casts, otherwise we'll fall behind, right? So even though we have 4 lands, I think we might want to mull for 2 casts, otherwise we're not really doing anything early game. Alright, so now we have 2 casts. We can put back the Meat Hook. It's not as useful without a lot of mana. Or we can put back the Bankbuster. Graveyard Trespasser on turn 3 is very good. That means Bankbuster on turn 2 is very good. So I think I'm going to put back the Meat Hook. Hopefully I draw another removal. But early game, I really just want to get the Bankbuster out and then the Celestus out. Alright, so they are a Celestia color first. So probably Enchantment. Alright, with Enchantments, it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle in my opinion. But at the least, I believe that I should be able to whack in for 4. Crew our little guy right here, and you take 4. Alright, the reason why I played the Graveyard Trespasser instead of the Celestus is because all we have is lands or mana source. So really, it's not any rush to get out an additional mana source. They got Join the Dance. That's perfect for us. We're going to play our Shipwreck March. And we will attack for 3 to exile his flashback. Do you want to block? You don't want to block? Single block. Okay, so now we can run out the Celestus and have enough mana to draw with the Bankbuster at the end of turn if we need. 4 lands. These lands are beautiful, but they have introduced a lot of beautiful lands recently, and I'm not really sure what kind of basic land I want to put in my deck nowadays. Okay, so now the Adeline's life, which is a bit annoying for us. We don't have a lot of removal in this deck, as I've shown before, so we're going to have to try to get lucky. And I'm not sure if that's lucky or not, but Invoke is Invoke, right? So we should Invoke. It's going to take out one of his tokens, and then we will... Not sure, but Invoke anyways. Yeah, back-to-back Invoke is always, you know, back-breaking. No attack, end turn. We have Bankbuster to potentially block if his Adeline comes in without any pumps. Otherwise, we'll just Invoke him again. Alright, he's going to join the dance. That's fine. He is attacking with Adeline. So, we will crew our Bankbuster to block. And let's see if he has a removal. It's unfortunate we're going to lose 2 card draws, but it's important to get rid of Adeline. I don't know if he saw that coming. He kind of just ran into it. Alright, so do we want to have 2 lands open to play Underdog? Probably do. So, well, let's attack first, obviously. There is a call for removing the Adeline to take damage, but I think to stop the Join the Dance from flooding the board is more important. He might be triple block, and if he does not. I was going to say if he does, we might want to auto-wire one of those, but since he doesn't, time to invoke more Despair. It's a lot of card draw for us, which is very strong. Alright, then we can play our Tenacious Underdog. Comes into play as a blocker. Gonna play a lot of creatures out, which, I mean, that's what that deck does, right? Floods the board. Okay, that's a bit scary. They're all 2/2s now. Okay, so we can Kotose his Adeline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can actually do that. It's pretty fun. Right, let's see how many Adelines he has in his deck. That's in his hand. Another King Darien, so he can't do both. Defiler of Faith, Seraph Paragon, which is not going to help if we exile his graveyard. Alright, so it's the good old standard tokens, flood the board type of deck. Let me play your Adeline. Alright, I'll attack with a... Should I attack with an Underdog? I don't think it does much, but he doesn't have lifelink. So, attacking gives me a 1/1 that just dies. I guess there's no point. Gallagher, okay. Resolute Reinforcement to get his +1/+1 and maybe 2 life. I'm not sure if he wants to get the token, I mean the treasure. Maybe he does. He needs 5 to get the Defiler of Faith out, which makes sense. Alright, and we have a lot of waterfront districts. So there is a call for flipping it so that we can attack for 4. That might be a good idea. Or we can sack the waterfront. Actually, that makes no sense. So yeah, let's flip it to nighttime. A cut down. Oh, this is going to be very useful. Alright, so he can sack his King Darien to protect his entire board, but I'm going to force it out, I think. Yeah, I'm going to force it out right now. And I'm not going to attack. I'll play my second Waterfront District and pass the turn. I have Auto-Wire open in case I need to bounce one of his plays. If he plays Defiler, he can't play anything else this turn. Plays King Darien, which I kind of expected. that I can return his King Dairy and end his turn. This is where Meat Hook would really help. Right? I got punished for putting back the Meat Hook, but how am I supposed to know what kind of deck my opponent's going to play? That's how best of one really kind of pans out every game. Get that out here. Alright, a Liliana. Definitely not going to help in this situation. I guess a full swing is in order. We could draw a card first, which I guess we will. No, we shouldn't, because then we'll make this daytime instead of nighttime. So 4, 5, 6, or he can't block everything, so let's just go in with everything. Well, not that he can't block with everything, but he can't kill everything with his blocks, is what I'm saying. And if he, you know, decides to block a lot, then we clear the board of tokens. He's going to take the 3. He will not take the 3. He's not killing anything? Wow. That cleaned up the board pretty nicely. Now let us go back to daytime. Drop one of these. We'll play a Bank Buster. And then we will play Liliana. Wait, discard card.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows. I'm tired of your secrets.
This forces out attackers because we can just make him discard his hand continuously, which is very good for us. I don't know why he discarded his King Darian. I think that's pretty useful. Maybe he's going to play Defiler and try to play another card. He could play Sarah Paragon with his Treasure and the Defiler ability. Okay, that's. Why would you play this main style?
I hope
main
you're
phase?
ready to lose.
I am so confused. And he can't exile the Adeline, so what is he going to exile? Kotose? Wow. Okay.
This is
You
what
realize
you
I can
get
just make
for
you discard
hurting my
your
people.
Paragon. Alright, this guy's playing very badly. So, I will Infernal Grass for fun, I guess, is Gallagher. I don't want to discard my Infernal Grass. And then you discard your Paragon.
Drop it.
And then we'll draw a card. What is going on? The plays are so weird. Okay, so then we will. This can attack here. This can attack here. You can only block 2. So your Wonder Emperor will die. No blocks for her.
I'm never done for
And now
good.
let's go back to nighttime. Waterfront District. Should I play it? I don't think there's a reason to play it. I can hold for Celestis. He sacked his land to draw a card during his turn, so that I can Liliana it because he might not have enough mana to play. I guess he played it. That's plays around the Liliana and Invoke. Alright, good game. So yeah, that was. If we had Meat Hook, we would have won a lot earlier, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. We're not gonna get past Platinum 1 because I keep trying to brew random crazy decks. Alright, so we got 9 out of 20 for our blue-black, and then we finished the attacker quest. We still need the red-white quest, which this is not going to happen with this deck. I just want to finish one of the quests today, which I did. I really think this deck has a lot of potential, but obviously it depends on how you play it, and it depends on if you're playing best of 1 or best of 3. Knowing your opponent's deck is a huge deal when it comes to mulliganing. And I really think, you know, mulliganing is still an art that I failed to perfect. Like here, I'm not sure if I should keep this hand because I have a 2-drop. I have 2 3-drops to really follow up, but I only have 2 lands. And 2 Kotose that's probably never going to come in. Right, so there is a argument for keeping his hand because I have 2 drop and 3 drops. But if I don't draw a third land, I'm just gonna lose. So, okay. Alright, now we have 3 lands. I'll keep 6. I'll put back Kotose because I have 2 drop, 3 drop, and arguably Invoke Despair is better than Kotose in most situations. Alright, so we start with the Waterfront District. We got a hook this time. Blue. Okay, so gotta rethink our entire game plan. There is an argument for putting out the Bankbuster, but it'll probably just get countered, so not gonna do that. Alright, so it's the Resolute something something deck. Let's see what else he does. Obviously, hindsight, Bankbuster would have been better if I had known my opponent's deck, but again, that's something you cannot know. Now if I played... Oh, he played Wedding Announcement. Okay, I was going to say, now if I play Bankbuster or Meat Hook, there could be a counterspell. But, now that there is a Wedding Announcement out, I think the better play is to Meat Hook the board. Liliana for 1, with discard. That will make him discard a card, but that will make me discard a card. I don't think there's a reason for that. The problem now is we have 3 lands, but we haven't drawn a land since the game started. And if we don't get 4th or 5th land, we can't really get any part of this off. Alright, it all comes down to, on turn 2, whether or not we've played the Bankbuster, and we did not. And now we don't draw a land, so probably going to lose this game. Bankbuster, and then we'll hold cut down in case we want to cut one of these down. I would much rather he attacks and draw cards than have more 1/1s on the board that I cannot take care of. So yeah, you can draw those cards. Five lands to our 3. I will cut one of these down, I guess. These cards are just dead in my hand if I don't draw lands. Maybe he'll counter a cut down for whatever reason. I'm not sure if the cut down will hit anything else of importance. And we won't be able to cut that down once the other thing flips. Oh, nice. Still no lands. Well, let's draw a card. Main phase, Bankbuster is always going to feel bad, but no drawing lands. I'm just going to quit. Yeah, so I don't know if that mulligan in the beginning was warranted, but not drawing our 4th land when we're going to turn 6 definitely is not going to help us win any game. It's the way Magic goes. And this is what happened when I try to brew deck, you know, it's not fine-tuned, and there's a lot of these cases where if the luck goes against you, you're just gonna lose. Alright, now we're playing as Jorge. How good are you, Jorge? We have no 3 land again. We only have 2 lands, but we have a 2-drop. We have 3 2-drops and 2 3-drops. So since we're going first, or we're going second, we're drawing. We're gonna keep and hopefully draw third land. Not second land, third land. Yeah, we have 2 underdogs to kind of. I was gonna say kind of hold off, but the opponent got Shigeki out. Can't let Shigeki be in play to ramp them when we don't have lands, so it needs to go away. And of course, the opponent has no problem hitting Fable. We have problem hitting our 3rd land. And since the opponent has Fable, let's Liliana the Fable. And get that out of here.
With the mysteries. I've always hated clouds.
Opponent going first really hurts us in almost every game. Why is this lighted up? Does that mean it's so rare? That's so weird. Oh wait, no, they're all kind of lighted now. I'm confused. It's just when my mouse wasn't there before. Alright, 4 mana, kill my Liliana.
I know when I'm not wanted.
You do that. I don't really have a play, so here's Celestis to help us ramp out the next turn. If he plays another thing that has 2 toughness, we can Meat Hook the board. If he doesn't play another thing, we can Liliana the Reflection. Both plays are workable, but this is a Jund deck, so they're looking to Windgrace us, and we don't really have a counterspell against Windgrace. Shigeki. Okay, well, we still don't draw land, so I guess the play would be to get that out of the board.
No more distractions. That's nice. Haven't you ever heard
Is
of
24
personal
lands not
space?
enough in a standard game? I am so confused because I usually play with 24
This
lands.
might finish before brunch. Don't overthink things.
Like regular standard. Well, that is... I was gonna say, that was weird, because I can just make him discard it, but I guess he can play his last Shigeki. And now if I make a discard, that's just a waste of mana. Is that what he's thinking? Because I'll still do it. Alright, is there anything for me to exile, though? Not really. Just a Shigeki if it hits the graveyard. So, I guess time for Blitz. Yeah, he's not going to block.
Regret that.
Now, make everyone discard a card. I don't need my other
Drop
underdog
it.
either. So, go away. Am I finally going to draw a land? No, I'm not. Opponent has drawn 7 lands, counting the... Well, not 7 lands, but got now 7 lands, counting the Riveteer Overlook.
You know, I think you'd look better as a corpse. You
Board discard?
won't be outsmarting me.
I don't think I'm going to ever meathook the board, seeing how the board is scary, but a Trespasser might be helpful. Negate might hit stuff. I don't think a Hermit will ever hit anything. Alright, time to take action. A land! Hallelujah! Okay, so I will get rid of the Trespasser. And then I will play the Trespasser. I think. Yeah, I'll play the Trespasser. Oh, it's on nighttime, so I can get rid of his Titan and his something else. Not really sure what else. Liliana, I guess? Alright, and then I will plus 1 more to discard
I'm tired of
Invoke
your
Massacre.
secrets.
Yeah, I'm not blitzing the underdog in that case. Wow, okay.
Don't overthink things.
My opponent's definitely overthinking things. So I can make him sack a creature. Oh, actually, no, I cannot, because he's just going to activate the Shigeki ability to bounce it back to his hand. Huh? So I think the better play is to blitz, and then we will both attack Liliana. Get rid of her. We'll take out that, and we'll take out, I guess, the Fable. Nothing really matters.
Whatever. Luck favors the foolish, after all.
+1, and I'll discard my second Liliana.
You won't be outsmarting me.
It's like playing another Liliana. That's so scary. My opponent has more than double the lands I have. Well, exactly double. 8 to my 4. But he's not letting me go to my end step. Is he going to exile Shigeki right now? That's only going to return like 1 card. I guess he can return his Titan or Soul Windgrace. There are calls for either of those, but it just gets sacked to the Liliana ultimately. Oh, he is returning his Titan. Blowing my Celestus, maybe? Titan of Industry. Okay, so blowing my Celestus and making a 4/4. That's a bit annoying. I can't really stop the Titan. I could make him discard a card. Or not discard a card, sack a creature. Kill his 4/4, I guess.
One of your friends has to leave.
And we'll play a Bank Buster. And then turn. If he attacks Liliana, he attacks Liliana. There's nothing really we can do about that. She is gone. Goodbye, Liliana.
This isn't how things were supposed to go.
It was not, but it's how things happen. Look at that. Look at that top deck. Can't even play it because I have not enough black. Okay, well, at least we can glutton his Shigeki out of the way. I don't know what card is in his hand, but maybe it calls for a... No. I was going to say underdog, but I can just draw with this instead and not pay it all that life. Well, anyone's got Hermit? Okay, so Hermit can help negate, or not negate, counter one of the spells if necessary, but negate will just outright counter the spell, so maybe there's a call for that instead. This Hermit is also flying, but that taps my board out, so that may not be the best play. I guess playing out a Hermit is fine. This may be the play that loses me the game, who knows, but this hand is just... Look at all the cards we drew. Look at all the cards our opponent draw. This is where the negate would have helped so much. Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess that's the way this game needs to go. It's counter unless they pay 3. If they pay 3, then, you know, they can search for a card. They'll probably look into my hand and make me discard my Invoke. I can't even play Invoke, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh no, it's creature, huh? Creature or Planeswalker. So yeah, top deck Swamp, I can still Invoke. That's about it. If I top deck a Swamp, I can still win this game. Top deck an Island. I have to win this game in hard mode, I guess. Alright, so tap blue, move a charge counter. Now there's a Swamp. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can invoke him. I will invoke him. Auto pay. Kind of clutch. Yep. Yep. Alright. Now we can glutton his Titan, his Liliana, just in case he has one of those things that returns Planeswalkers. We'll end the turn here. Alright, good luck with your whatever deck. Fable, pretty good top deck. I don't have lands open to counter. Teaching of Kieran, also a pretty good top. Well, not really, just mills. More fodder for my Glutton. But he played 2 spells, so I'll flip. Alright, so I have to exile the Titan when I attack. So let us... Well, let's play a land first. I will crew my Bankbuster here. And I'll also cut down your 2/2. I don't want that blocking. And they quit. GG. Alright, that was a struggle because we did not draw lands, but we did claw out of it, and that was the game. Let's see if I finish my quest. Oh, what is that? September ended? Okay, we got a season reward. For some reason, not at the end of September, but we got our rewards for finishing that blue and black quest as well. It's very nice. So that's all I'm going to play for today. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I really think this deck is fantastic, or at least has fantastic potentials. Just looking at Kotose just makes me think she's got so much potential. Exile your opponent's win con and then use it against your opponent. That is so juicy. Now, I did get to play this with Adeline today. I did not get to use it on an Invoke Despair, which was the whole point of the deck. So there might be some more fine-tuning, but I did not face any mono black, I would say. So yeah, that might be a reason why. No mono blue either, so the Hermit didn't really play a big role, but these 2 cards are anti-mono blue and anti-mono black for their exact reason. Everything else is just kind of the good old mono black shell with the Invoke Despair. I do have an Airtight just to have an additional sort of dimension for counterspell, and a Celestis just for more card draw, and you saw how the Celestis really helped us in the last game. The point of playing Liliana is very difficult, or the way to play Liliana is very difficult. You have to know when to discard, when to sack, when to even play her. And ultimately, everything else also comes down to how to mulligan. Both of our games were kind of mana screwed, but we were able to pull out of it, so I was pretty happy about that. Thanks very much for joining me. See you guys next time.